Hi greedy 3Ds, in my endeavour to test every single resin I can get my sticky mitts on in the Ultracraft Reflex RS, the guys at Jayo contacted me and asked me if I'd like to test their resin in it. Well, of course I jumped at the chance. Now when you look at Jayo resin, it's a subsidiary of Sunlu and it's probably one of the cheapest resins you're ever going to see on the market. Now this is the ABS resin and 1 kilogram is coming in at around about 13 UK pounds a kilogram, but if you buy it in bulk you can get it for about 11 pounds a kilogram. It's a great price for an ABS resin. Let's get it in the Ultracraft Reflex printer and test it. So we're going to be testing the white ABS resin from Jayo and also the black. Now the black can be a little bit notoriously difficult to print with, but let's see how we get on. So we're going to try those two colours and of course we're going to do it in the Ultracraft Reflex RS. Now I want to test it with something that make sure it pushes it to its limits, so we're going to go into the blueprint slicer and I'm going to do my typical Jayo model, which is a very intricate model from Gambody, and I'm also going to do the wicked Wolverine head, and as you can see I'm using the pulsing release module and PARP 10 settings, and about I think it was about 9 to 10 hours later here it is, and it looks absolutely wonderful. Looks like it's all printed fine. I can't see anything of problem. I can't see anything that's lifted off the build plate. All looks good to me. And just watch this. This is just beautiful. It slides off the build plate. Just love it when that happens. It's left no residue on there. A quick wipe and it was back in. I've cleaned it in the Ultracraft Reflex wash station. I've soaked it in some warm water for about 5 minutes and the supports are just coming away as you'd expect. I always say this is a delicate model, so you can't rush getting the supports off it, but came off they did, and came off really lovely, and I'm really pleased with how they come off. The Wolverine head, a little twist and they were off. It was simple and easy. The next thing I did was gave it a cure around about 4 minutes, and then I swapped them around, tipped it over and give it another 4 minutes in the curing station from HeyGears, and beautiful. Let's have a quick look at them. Just look at that. I am just blown away with this printer. There's nothing I can't throw at it, nothing at all. And this Jayo resin is working wonderfully, as you can see. You still need a bit of a clean up on there, and there's probably a few more supports that I've missed, but come on guys, look at that. That's wonderful. That is pretty much one of the cheapest resins on the market. An ABS resin as well. Looks fab. And look at our Wolvo. His detail in his face, in his skin, his teeth, his hair. It's all beautiful. I'm really chuffed with it. I'll just have a closer look at Wolverine because I just want you to really see the detail in his face. I mean, old Wicked have done an amazing sculpt on him, and the printer and this resin have done him justice. Again, there's some support still in situ, but you get the gist. Well, let's move on to the black now. Now, black is notoriously difficult with you having to change exposure settings and increase exposure settings to get it to work. Of course, not so on the Reflex because I'm still using PARP 10 settings and the pulse release module, and about 8.5 to 9 hours later there we go again, and just look at the glisten on that. It's beautiful, isn't it? I can't see any failures. I can't see anything that hasn't adhered to the build plate, so let's get it off, have a look at it, and it may surprise you to know that with exactly the same cleanup process, here is the end result. The supports came off beautifully again. It's cleaned up wonderful. I've cured it for about 8 minutes, flipping it halfway through, and wow, just wow. I'm again blown away. This is black ABS resin and it's printed wonderfully. It doesn't look underexposed to me. It doesn't look overexposed to me. It looks absolutely perfect. A closer look under a different light and you can see again all the details, all the crevices and nooks and the crannies and the markings on old Wolverine's face. I am absolutely chuffed with that. And again, the Jayo from Gambody, which is quite a detailed kind of Warhammer-y model, has come out wonderful. Lots of detail in that, lots of fine points, fabulous. So here they are, both of them together with their respective resins. Another success for the Ultracraft Reflex RS. I am absolutely astounded with what this thing can throw out. It's wonderful stuff. The detail is beautiful. Everything has worked wonderfully, so thank you Jayo for sending me this. It's becoming a little bit of a stuck record with the Ultracraft Reflex RS. There seems to be nothing that I can throw at it that it won't print. It's done an amazing job with this Jayo resin. Now, I didn't really think it wouldn't when you think that it's probably on a par and it's the same as Sunlu, but at the cost of this, if you want a cheap, reliable ABS resin using the PARP 10 settings, which seems to be a really good go-to setting, you're getting some amazing results using this this black and white. Now, black is notoriously difficult, as we spoke about earlier, with changing the exposure settings, but I didn't have to touch anything. It's just printed beautifully. Any resin you want me to test in it, drop me a message down below and I'll see what I can do. Now, I can't promise because some of them are really expensive, but you never know. If the companies want to sponsor me, I will test their resins in it. Of course I will. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. It's down here somewhere. Think about joining the Greedy 3D Patreon, and a big thumbs up to my patrons. Thank you guys, you are marvellous. Anything else you want me to do with this reflex, this Ultracraft Reflex, let me know. Anything you want tested in it, anything you want to know about it, just drop me a message and I will see what I can do for you. I'll see you real soon next time on Greedy 3D. Thanks for watching.